Hello viewers, it's the Mindful Man reading from Paul G. Brett, Love Your Neighbor, which was on Amazon KDP, along with his other books. Bible study. Over the last 200 years or so, scholars have subjected the Bible to the closest possible examination to try to discover the original text, for this is not always clear, as well as their meaning in the original context. It is likely, for example, that there are 4 separate sources within the Torah. The first 5 books of the law. In Genesis, there are 2 creation stories with different emphasis in them. Leviticus, though it is placed before Deuteronomy, may have been compiled much later in time. The prophetic books may have been the product of schools of prophets rather than the words of single individuals. The 4 Gospels also show traces of dependence on other sources. Mark was probably written first. Then Matthew and Luke copied from him, as well as using material of their own and other sources. Paul may not have written Ephesians and Colossians, or 1 and 2 Timothy or Titus. The thought is more developed, and the background situation apparently later in time than that of the other letters attributed to him, but they are Pauline in that they stand within the tradition of thinking that is clearly his. The Bible is a classic work of literature as well as a collection of material from many different sources. It has layers of construction and meaning that need to be carefully disentangled and understood in relation to each other. To take it at its face value alone is to miss much of what it actually has to say. I've read that bit. Oh no. Right. At one level, the picture records the visit of 2 powerful men, but at another, it is a record of a delicate diplomatic negotiation. At other levels, it is a comment on religious reform, on church and state, on the machinations of public life, and even on the exploitation of women for political purposes determined by men. In Holbein, the art historian John Rowlands concludes that the picture reflects in a discreet way the sitter's earnest concern over the religious crisis facing Christendom. What does the picture mean? It means all these things, and it speaks the truth, even though the 2 men may never have stood in the abbey to have this snapshot taken for the family album. The Bible is at least as richly laid and as powerful in its comment as a picture by any famous painter. The Bible deals with eternal truths that have influenced lives in the past and can still